Hi Gemini, I hope that you guys are all doing great. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to your August love reading. So we're going to take a look and see what kind of energy is coming in for you guys in your love life in August. Experiences that you could have, how are things going to be like for you. Oh, if you happen to be new to my channel, thank you so much for clicking on the video. My name is Lynn. This is Passion Heart Tarot. If you guys like the reading, I hope that you'll subscribe, leave a like on the video, leave a comment, share the video, Gemini. Okay, let's get into it. Let's see what is coming in. Before I begin, I just want to take a moment to invite white light, the Holy Spirit. Taurus and Gemini, and I'm sorry, Taurus and Leo energy is coming through Gemini. Are you thinking of a Leo or a Taurus? It could be cross watchers, moon or rising. So this almost looks like feeling like I found the place where I belong. I found, what I've been looking for. It goes from feeling very maybe lonely, misunderstood, to feeling like I'm pulled in and I'm welcome and I'm a part of things. So I see that energy around you guys, and I actually see a lot of success coming through in your love life, right? I just feel like some of you are in this position where maybe you want more or your person wants more. Because there's a lot of success, and then there's also like this energy of feeling like I belong, right? But then it's also these funny blockages that are coming through, these little nuances with the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. See, these two energies together as the overall energy, it lets me know that one of you in this connection in August feels like you have to compromise on a lot of things that are really important to you. And that doesn't always feel good. Things may start to feel a little lopsided between you and someone. Because I know that one of you here feels like, I always compromise, and I always just like try to make things between us as smooth as it can be. Make things, maybe even for our family, as smooth as it can be. But then what about me, and what about like my wants, my needs? But these are not just things to sweep under the rug, because the Hierophant is like someone's core values and needs, and even things that they've pictured having since they were a child. That's what the energy is. And then when you see it come in reverse, it's like having to sacrifice, and it's having to compromise, and that's not fair. I know that it's going to start to feel like it's not fair to someone, and they're wondering about, what about me? What about my time? I just feel like someone in this connection feels like they're being forgotten about, while the other one feels like they're in a completely different space. Like one of you feels like I'm forgotten about, and the other one feels like I'm right where I belong. I feel so included. Like one of you is overshadowing the other one. That's what's happening around Gemini's energy. So whether it's you feeling this way, Gemini, or maybe someone, the way they feel when it comes to you, that's what the energy is like. I will say, from an outside perspective, it does look like you guys, like the relationship is in a really good place. Even though I know one of you is thinking a lot about what's missing and what's lacking, when you look at the connection from an outside perspective, like the current status of things, it's people even look up to you. You guys have a lot of success between the two of you. And I feel like one of you is more up and coming. So maybe that's why there's this feeling of being overshadowed and forgotten about. But this is, like I said a moment ago, something that you really don't want to just dismiss and sweep under the rug, because you see that cup being offered to that person. The cloud like has a hand in it, and it's, trying to offer this Ace of Cups to this person, and their arms are folded. They're not accepting it, and they're looking off in another direction. That's a very cold feeling to someone who feels like they are the one making that offer. It's like, I'm trying to do everything for you, give everything to you, and I feel like I'm unappreciated. I feel like other things are coming ahead of me, and I don't like the way I feel you're comparing me. I just feel like one of you is up and coming, and like maybe even striving for success somehow, because the Queen of Wands is the energy of one of you really blossoming and coming into your own. And blossoming and coming into your own makes the other one feel forgotten about. So I feel like it's a pretty straightforward message around Gemini for what you choose to take from a Gemini. It's like, if you feel like you're the one who is in a happy and content place and things are going really well for you, and you do feel like the connection's successful, then these could be your person's energies and feelings. And if that's the case, I just think your message of advice from Spirit is to make sure that things are balanced between you and them. Because I will tell you that the other person in the connection feels like, I always have to give everything up. I always have to sacrifice. I always have to compromise. When is my time going to be to receive like what I deserve? So it's something that looks very lopsided to me. You know, don't think it's going to lead to all of these like majorly bad things or like breakups happening. I just feel like your message from Spirit is to take the other one's feelings and considerations. No, take the other one's feelings and experiences into consideration. The messages come to me so fast, I can't even like say them to you fast enough. But that's what the reading is all about. Because, you know, if you're with someone that you care about, you don't want them to feel like they're always the one that's doing everything. And I'm just saying you, Gemini, because I'm reading for you and it's general. You may feel like you are this person who is being overshadowed and having to give up a lot of the things that are important to you. And if that's the case, your advice from Spirit is to talk to your person about it, because I feel like they'll listen and I feel like they'll embrace you. Maybe they're even unaware about the way that you feel. And it's also for you to kind of get yourself out of that vibe, because you don't want to be in that vibe, like a low vibration of focusing on what's lacking. From what Spirit is showing me, you have a lot to be grateful for. That doesn't mean that you can't want what you want, that you don't deserve to have what you deserve to have. But don't stay in a low vibration. You know what I mean? Spirit is showing you that you guys are a leader. People look up to you. And if you need more from your person, to talk to them about it, because I feel like maybe they're unaware, that maybe they don't know you feel as deeply as you do, if that's the case. And I feel like once you do tell them that you feel like an outsider or you feel neglected or lonely, they're going to be the one who pulls you in so fast out of the cold. They're not going to let you be in the cold at all. So for anyone who is, dealing with a Gemini, or you yourself, Gemini, watching this, and you do feel like things are off between you and your person, and you feel like they're not understanding you, making time for you the way that you deserve, all you have to do is express that to them, because they're not going to let you sit in that energy and feel bad. I can see someone who is highly committed to you, and I think that's why you're so committed to them. I think that's why you are kind enough to keep putting this person ahead of yourself, to keep putting other things ahead of you, to keep putting this connection first. I can see where you do that. And I know that they'll turn right around and do that for you if you make them aware. So don't keep things inside. That's what your reading is really about. And when I'm telling you to find this balance between focusing on how successful the successes that you have as opposed to what's lacking, it's important to find that balance. I know that you shouldn't suppress what you feel, but don't let it sit. Talk about it, let it come out, express it to your person. I feel like they'll be a real source of comfort for you because they're just as committed to you as you are to them. They just may be unaware or need like a wake-up call. It's not the easiest thing to express, but it'll all be worth it if you do. And then, you know, since the reading is general and I look at the energies as reversed, the shoe could be on the other foot, so to speak. If your person doesn't come forward and tell you these things, you can be one step ahead by just maybe even doing something nice for them. Do you know what I mean? Because this is a person who feels like neglected and they've given up a lot. So what is something that they've been talking about that they've been wanting that would just feel like it's for them and make them feel special? I mean, for those of you that are in a serious, committed relationship, it is a good time for you to maybe surprise your person with something that lets you know that you see the sacrifices that they make, that you appreciate them. Do something that is special just for them, or invite them to have a conversation. All right, Gemini, I feel like I'm really picking up on energies for people who are really maybe even married in a long-term committed relationship, or like are just mature enough, emotionally intelligent enough to put themselves in the other person's shoes and like really want to take care of this person's heart. It's an energy for people who I feel have deep love for each other, you know, because then I feel like the reading is for you if it touches you when you hear that potentially your person feels like they're sacrificing a lot, you know, and not getting that back in return. If they feel like they're being lost in the shadows and that touches you and makes you feel like, oh, I would never want my person to feel that way, then this reading is especially for you, especially if you're not the one that feels that way. It could be eye-opening to what's going on with them. And I just see someone who's very selfless here, and I feel like they'll kind of keep quiet if it's because they like don't want to make waves. I'm not saying that this person is a doormat. I'm not saying that they get walked all over or are controlled. I just feel like they're very selfless and they think about like the bigger picture. They think about maybe even like, I want you to succeed. I'm thinking about our family. I know I have to make sacrifices right now. That's what this energy is like. Okay, you guys, that's what I see going on, Gemini, in August. I love you guys so much. I do hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope it was helpful for you. I feel like it was highly personal for someone. But if you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys for everything. I love you so much. I'll see you in the next reading.